The man accused of murdering a Loyola Chicago student on March 19th in court today for a detention hearing. 25-year-old Jose Medina, according to DHS, is an undocumented immigrant from Venezuela. Medina has been charged with shooting and killing 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman as she and friends walked along the lakeshore less than a mile from campus. NewsNation's Alex Cabriello is live outside the courthouse with the latest. Alex, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon to you, Nick. That detention hearing just wrapping up moments ago. The ruling that came down is that Jose Medina, the accused killer of Sheridan Gorman, is going to remain in police custody for the foreseeable future. Ultimately, the state being able to make the argument that he posed a clear and present danger to others and that there was overwhelming evidence that points to his guilt. Ultimately, what the state prosecutor said, and I'm paraphrasing here, is nobody is more dangerous than someone who hides in the darkness and kills strangers for no reason. That really was the evidence that they tried to present, that there was no actual connection between the accused killer, Medina, and the defendant here, 18-year-old Sheridan Gorman. They ultimately laid out everything that they built and got so far as an investigation. Police able to actually take surveillance videos from near Lake Michigan where that killing actually occurred and connect it to the person who they believe is responsible. Of course, we're talking about 26-year-old Medina. They were able to identify him based on the footage that shows that very peculiar walk that he was able to use. Although this person was completely masked, wearing dark clothing, later on they said that they found video surveillance that actually shows Medina with his mask off, leaving and heading back to his apartment complex, using facial recognition technology to actually ID that person. Later on, when a search warrant was actually executed, police say that they found the gun they believe was used to kill Gorman that was also wrapped up in a mask. Now, this was also the very first time we heard from the defense and actually what they believe is reason why he should be let go, or at the very least, why they think is the justification for this. And let me show you first this. So this was a photograph that was given to the judge. This is 26-year-old Jose Medina. And we learned that this very large and significant dent that is in his head actually came from a gunshot wound that he sustained when he was living in South America. They said that he was riding his motorcycle when someone came up armed and robbed him and shot him in the head. A portion of his skull now missing, with bullet fragments still lodged within his brain. And they say that this is one reason, along with the fact that he has the schooling of a 7-year-old, that he stopped going to school. He can't read, he can't write, he's developmentally delayed in so many different capacities that he makes poor judgment decisions, ultimately. Obviously, this was not a reason why they asked for his release completely, but they did offer this as reasoning to who this man is, was, and continues to be. The defense making a very unusual request, not for his complete and total release from custody, but rather that he be held in the Cook County Jail for the foreseeable future. The reason behind that is political. And Nick, this is so much of this conversation at this time, right? The battle that's happening between local and state versus the federal government right now. We do know that the Department of Homeland Security has asked for a detainer so that way ICE can take custody. The defense says, we hope that he stays in the Cook County Jail for the foreseeable future so that way ICE doesn't have a chance to take him and deport him to a third world country, in which case all of his due process requirements and liberties would be denied to him.
Oh, and the family getting the justice that they would like to see as well there. Alex, one quick question for you. Have you heard anything from Sheridan Gorman's family and how they feel about this political fight surrounding their daughter?
Well, interestingly, we did not see the Gorman family here in court today. However, they did appear via Zoom. I got a close-up look at what they appeared to be sitting around a coffee table. There was about 12 of them in total, 10 of them sitting and listening very intently, 2 of them standing on the sidelines. We know that they are obviously very invested in this case. Their 18-year-old little girl, completely innocent, killed in the middle of the night, allegedly by a man who didn't even know her, that was essentially stalking his prey. But the Gorman family is adamantly against making this a political argument or picking one side over the other, despite federal, state, and local lawmakers essentially disagreeing about the cause behind this case. In fact, they recently recognized a statement that Governor J.B. Pritzker made in which the governor said that there were real failures that actually happened here that led to Gorman's death. And so the Gorman family releasing a statement that wrote, if there were failures, as the governor himself has acknowledged, then every one of them must be identified, examined, and addressed directly. Our daughter is not a policy debate. She is a life that was taken. and that demands accountability. Again, Sheridan Gorman, a freshman at Loyola University here in Chicago, innocent, standing by Lake Michigan with friends, as any college kid would, and her life taken so suddenly, so unexpectedly.
Alex Capriello live for us this afternoon with the latest. Alex, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.